Hello and welcome to today's video. Now, this isn't something I normally do. I never review videos on this channel because there isn't really any point. I prefer to watch them rather than review them. But this one is a fairly special case. This is a Betamax copy of the original version of Gone in 60 Seconds, the original HB Halicki, can't pronounce the surname, Toby Halicki or HB Halicki. One of the original, in fact the original Gone in 60 Seconds. Now, I had another Betamax copy. This is actually one that I've purchased recently. The other Betamax copy that I had didn't have a case, and what happened to that is, I will be completely honest and say that I stored it incorrectly, and it succumbed to an extreme amount of mould. This one is actually in good condition. Looking at it, it has been used at some point, obviously, but I'm going to put it into the machine and see if it works. Now, the big difference, and I'm hoping this has it, but the earlier editions actually had the original soundtrack. The later DVD version I have doesn't have the original soundtrack, so it would be nice to see if this one does have the original soundtrack. And this was actually the driver for me in one of the previous videos, actually servicing that Sanyo VTC M20, so I can actually play this tape. So, let's see if it works. And it seems that after a fashion it is working, so let's just unmute it. Does seem to be working okay. I will be interested to see if it does have, obviously that's flickering like crazy because it's not the type of camera that can do this sort of work, but I would be interested to see if, that's loud, if it has the original soundtrack. So let's fast forward it. So, a part of the video I didn't show is the first part of the tape seems to be a little bit damaged. The rest of the tape, touch wood, is okay, but the first part of the tape does seem to be a little bit damaged and did shed a load of oxide onto my newly, nicely cleaned machine. Also, as you can see here, I've put the frontal fascia back on, which is nice, and that's going to fall off if I keep touching it. I need to do a little bit more work to that, because that's just going to fall off. Anyway, stop and play. We have a picture. Very amateur film. It's sort of almost got like a sort of amateur sort of feel to it, which is quite nice in a way. Bit of a classic of its era, or sort of certainly turned into a cult classic. So we're going to fast forward through it, as there is a particular point where there will be quite a good bit of soundtrack, so we can actually tell if it has been definitely used. Fast forward it a little bit further. So let's just pause this until I get to the point that I want to get to. Yes, it does. This is one of the one of the early original copies with the correct soundtrack, which is really good. That's nice to have. If you're wondering what that is some bike bearing grease, which is also very useful if I can't find my silicone grease for lubricating cogs inside video recorders. But that's running nicely.
This working is ruining my sex life. I would have sex with you anyway. Nobody you know, that's for sure. Will you look at that? Hey, I think I'm in love. I'm talking about the car stand.
So the acting is quite wooden, but it's a brilliant film. It's not so much these early scenes that are the you know, sort of like the real. Oh, that's nice. That's a Betamax Pantera, an early one. It's not so much the earlier scenes, it's the later scenes where they have the absolutely epic car chase. And this is nice. It's, if you have a DVD copy of this, there we are. I'm trying to get the Daytona yellow, I think, Mustang Mach 1. Is that Mach 1? Oh, dearie me. Yeah, they're trying to get the Mustang, and they keep not being able to get the Mustang. And then when they finally do, all heck breaks loose. I think that's a Coupe de Ville. It's a great film if you like old, classic American cars, or indeed classic cars in general. Because they steal a lot of lovely old cars. Some of them at the time would have been new. They also steal some cars which at the time were quite niche. But on the DVD version, all of this sort of nice original soundtrack music is replaced with just something very generic and really not that good. It's still watchable, but it just doesn't have the feel of the original early VHS and Betamax versions. So I'm really pleased to have actually got a copy of an original Betamax version. It's a real bit of a find, that one. Anyway, as I say, I don't normally do reviews of this sort of nature, but if you have found this video interesting, don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. I've probably got a ton of copyright things on this, but if it's copyright strikes to promote an absolutely fantastic film, which I recommend that you watch, I'm happy to take it. Anyway, thank you for watching, see you next time.